Yo guys, what's going on? So it's Lee back again with another video. So guys, if you have been watching my vlogs, then I've been on holiday for the past 2 weeks, which is why there hasn't been the usual kind of videos going up. I've been doing vlogs the past 2 weeks. So if you haven't caught up with those, go watch them. There's like 4 or 5 vlogs. So it's basically just covering my holiday, and I think one of the vlogs as well is me going out and shooting some photography and practicing. So if you guys are interested in that side of videos, then you can go check them out. But from now on, it should be back to the normal style of videos. So for this video, I thought I'd share with you guys the collection of lenses I currently have. Now, I don't have a lot of lenses, but it's kind of in the early stages, and I will be upgrading this as time goes on. But I thought I'd share with you guys with what I'm using right now, as I use pretty much all these lenses in my videos at some point, depending on what it actually is. But I know a lot of people are interested in camera gear and lenses, so I thought I would share with you guys what I use. So I'm going to start with the lenses that I've had the longest and work my way up to my newest lenses. So the first lens I ever got was a kit lens. It's the 18 to 55mm. It's the EFS 18 to 55mm image stabilized STM lens. Now this came with my Canon 77D 4 years ago, I think, is when I bought that camera. I'm not 100% sure, but this is the first lens I ever got. It came with the camera, as I said. And yeah, it's an all-around good lens. It's good for pretty much most things, close-ups, good for video as well. This is what I use most of the time for doing B-roll and general stuff. But yeah, not much else to say about that really. It's just the standard kit lens that comes with it. I think the new kit lenses now, they're slightly different. I think the only difference is the max aperture. So I think this one is 3.5 is what it starts at, and I think the newer ones are I think 4 or 4.5, so it's slightly different. So this one is going to be a little bit better in low light. So the next lens I then bought, I think this was probably 6 months after I bought my Canon 700D. I bought this lens, the Canon EFS 55 to 250, and again this is an STM lens. And if you don't know what that is, it's basically just the autofocus motor inside it. I can't remember exactly what it stands for, but STM is basically very quiet autofocus, so it won't be picked up on video from the audio. But yeah, don't use this a lot for video. It's more of a photography lens. I use this quite a bit if I'm shooting wildlife and stuff like that, especially birds. Gets you really nice close up. The aperture is 4 to 5.6 depending on the zoom you have. It changes depending on how far out zoomed you are. But yeah, again, not a lot to say about this lens. Don't really use it a lot for video, it's more for photography. Moving on guys to stuff I've actually bought this year. As you guys know, I've kind of started getting into photography, and obviously I started my YouTube in February this year, so I've upgraded to a couple new lenses, 2 really just. But the next one I have done videos on, but it's the Yongnuo 50mm prime lens. So really I wanted a 1.8 aperture lens just to play around with really. So this is really good on low light. It's roughly half the price of the genuine Canon lens, but I've had really no issues with this so far. Haven't shot a lot of video with it, but I've took a fair few photos with it, and it's been great so far. It's really nice experimenting with just different lenses, and using a 1.8 aperture lens is really cool as well. So you can get loads of light in, so in dark situations this lens is going to be perfect. But yeah, as I said, not really used much for video, as I'm in quite a small office right here. So 50mm is kind of a bit cramped to actually shoot video. And on to the last lens guys. You've probably heard me mention this in a couple of my new vlogs. But this is the EFS 10 to 18mm, and again it's an STM lens. So this is Canon's kind of budget wide angle lens, so 10 to 18mm. So the 10mm, this is great for vlogs and really anything where you're in a tight space, and it gives you that kind of realistic wide angle look. But yeah, this I got about a month ago actually. I got on eBay used. It's a really good value lens if you want to do vlogs on a DSLR or a Canon cropped sensor camera. Then this is a very good lens for that. And I'm probably going to be using this a lot more in the future. As I said, I'm in quite a small office here, so having a wide angle is a big benefit. So guys, that's pretty much it for my lens collection at the minute. As I said, I don't really have a huge collection. I kind of have the bare essentials, what I need. My favorite lens probably, depending on what I'm shooting, if I'm doing a vlog, definitely the 10 to 18mm. For photography, I've got to say I'm loving the 55 to 250mm lens. I've been using that a whole lot lately. It just gives you really nice blurry background because you've got that longer focal length. And yeah, the all-round lens is probably the kit lens, and probably the funnest lens to shoot with is the Young Neo. So guys, that's pretty much it. I will be getting more lenses in the future. I really want a more zoomed in lens, so probably something like a 300 or 400mm lens. I'm not too sure though, they're very expensive. Because I want to shoot a little more wildlife stuff. Kind of my thing I'm interested in at the minute is landscape and wildlife. So I'm going to try and do a little bit of research. If you guys have any suggestions for lenses for wildlife, then drop a comment below. As you guys know, I have a Canon 77D, so it is a crop sensor camera, so I'll be needing a lens that is compatible with that. But yeah guys, thank you for watching this video. Let me know in the comments what you think. Let me know what you guys have in your lens collection. And as always guys, I'll see you in the next one.